Hey guys, it's Maxie here and welcome to another TEW video. Join us with our final pay-per-view before Wrestlemania in 2022. Not our final video before Mania, we'll try and do the go-home shows as well to give you an idea of the full Mania card. But this is Fastlane and this is Raw's final event before 5 weeks of Raw even, sorry. And then, of course, the big show itself. So I'm delighted to say we're at the University of Phoenix Stadium. 72,200 in attendance as we try and make as much money as possible going into the big show, because we will lose a lot of money for Mania with the big stage, pyrotechnics and the like. So yeah, I'm hoping for a good show here, and yeah, hopefully something that can kick on and propel us into a good place for Mania. So as always, before we start, thanks as always for taking time out of your day to watch a video. Any comments on the series, your own series, wrestling in general, please don't hesitate to leave them. 3 thumbs up would be appreciated as well. So we crack on and start off hyping up our main event, the final rematch, the chance for Okada to go to WrestleMania as champion, or will it be that sick son of a bitch Tommaso Ciampa who does so. So A89, it gets the show off to a strong start, it gets the crowd hotter, and a generally very good segment to start the show. Our first match of the evening is for the NXT Heavyweight Championship, and it was a decent matchup that saw Apollo Crews defeat Drew Gulak in 12 minutes and 2 with a standing shooting star press at the 12th title defence for Apollo Crews. Overall, it was to ensure a very good matchup, and I just felt like, Gulak deserved the singles opportunity as I say, Apollo Crews. So B81, match got the crowd hotter, which was good, that was the intention of it, and an 85 performance to a 78 from Drew Gulak. But overall, I'm delighted with that. As I say, it gives the NXT Championship a good bit of exposure, and both workers get a very good opportunity. Gulak will go back into tag team action going forward. Next up, talking of tag teams, of course, American Alpha are back, Jason Jordan and Chad Gable, and they just have a little promo backstage before their match up tonight, a triple threat match for the tag team championships, alongside the champions Rollins and Ambrose, and of course, my generation, Noam Dar, and Pete Dunne. So overall, good promo. Performance of Chad Gable was good. Both guys improvised well. A B+87 segment. Next match. Oh, okay, that's interesting. We had a decent matchup that saw the Hardy Boys defeat the Coffey Brothers in 8:47 when Matt Hardy defeated Joe Coffey with a Twist of Fate and Swanton Bomb combo. An injury to Joe Coffey meant that an audible was called and the finish was changed on the fly. Okay, so a few things to take into account here, that the Coffeys were to go over, so that's changed a little bit of plans. That's quite rare, we've not really had that in the long series I've done. So a B-76 sees Jeff Hardy slowed down by his injury. Joe Coffey, that might be career ending, that sustained a C5 cervical spinal cord rupture. I'm going to assume it's either the end of his career, because I've seen a few long-term injuries. If somebody's called it quits early, I can't remember who it was, but it shocked me. It was somebody that wasn't with the company, so I feel that might be the end of Joe Coffey, and it might be time for Mark to go solo, but that's massive for Joe. There would have been a good plan for him at WrestleMania in the tag division, and right before Mania as well. Disappointing. They too have the better performances, but a good bit of momentum gain for the Hardys. It'll be interesting if that drinking of Matt Hardy has caused the injury. So let's crack on. Jeff Hardy got some heat because it was his mistake, and he's already suffering with an injury, tendinitis. Next up, we've got John Cena. Well, it's not really backstage, it's kind of like a montage. He's preparing for a match at WrestleMania, so we see little clips of him doing certain things. So he is going to be involved at WrestleMania, but who is Big Match John going to be taking on at the Showcase of the Immortals? So A90 as John Cena prepares. We then had a match for the European Championship. It had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Bushi does defeat the champion Switchblade Jay White in 14:36, however he wins via count out, which means a B80 matchup sees decent performances and really a matchup that would have been far better with a storyline, but that's where this will head to. and as I say, I really expect these two to steal the show when they get given the time. But it would not be a Kota Ibushi storyline without Kenny Omega running in and attacking him. What is Kenny's motive for attacking Ibushi? Is it maybe just lack of opportunities, or is it to create an opportunity? Will be seen in the future. But that is a B plus 87 segment there, and interesting where we go with this one, although I think it does look a bit obvious, if I do say so myself. We then have a promo with Drew McIntyre on Bo Dallas, just hyping up the match. Bo's on a horrible losing streak, and they really just want to prove, he's far better than Drew McIntyre. So B plus, in Bo Dallas, B plus 88. Match itself, good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Drew beats Bo in 12-16 with a future shock. Again, it's a short matchup, but it's to really just set the stone for what's to come in the future. Drew McIntyre gets a good performance that'll aid his momentum going forward. He gets a skill improvement in flying skills. It's more again like the aftermath of this match, where Bray Wyatt comes down to the ring and he says to Bo, "It's time," and Bo accepts. So Bo Dallas will turn heel because he follows Bray Wyatt. I'll book that on the Raws, and we'll have Bo and Bray together again as another tag team for a very stacked tag team division and a B plus 88 segment. Speaking of alliances, we have the manager Paul Heyman hyping up Noam Dar and Pete Dunne, and he's basically just confirming, what we all know. The Magnificent Seven is on a roll, and they are going to dominate as always and going to ensure they bring home the tag team championships. That's a B plus 87. The triple threat match had great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, and it did see Ambrose and Rollins defeat both American Alpha and My Generation in 22-14. American Alpha went first, then My Generation, giving Ambrose and Rollins their third WWE World Tag Team title defence. So 6 good performances there. Even Jason Jordan and Chad Gable in the 90s. And it's just what I've shown with the SmackDown side of things. If you can get a really strong tag division, who knows where it can go. But you just think that get penalised for a lack of associated hot storyline. That gets that storyline on point with a bit more heat. That could easily have been an A+, because that can take a lot of points off. So it's still decent, but it was in the card. So still remotely happy with that. After the match, Walter comes down to try and take advantage and beat down the tag team champions, but American Alpha and Ambrose and Rollins come together to take out Dunne, Dar and Walter of the Magnificent Seven. So they've been taken out, which kind of leads into our next match as well, A98 with that segment as well. Storyline gains heat, a couple of guys coming across well, but with no Magnificent Seven. The pressure goes into our next match, which is Daniel Bryan, Samoa Joe, Andrade Cien Almas, and then Marcel Barthel for the Intercontinental Championship. Barthel and the Magnificent Seven have caused havoc on Bryan. They caused havoc on Samoa Joe, who then turned face. They were getting frustrated with Cien Almas, who kept losing matches, so he turned face, and it's all came back to hunt Marcel Barthel. So A89 for Bryan's promo. It's a big match feel, so with that being the case, an over the top spectacular entrance from Andrade Cien Almas, which get an A90. Looked excellent, although the gimmick doesn't quite suit him. That's fair, I'll look into that. The match itself was also an A90. Great wrestling, good heat. Marcel Barthel defeats Samoa Joe, Daniel Bryan, and Andrade Cien Almas in 21-43, where he pinned Almas. Makes his second title defence. 4 guys over rating a 90 in the ring, that's very good to see. A90. Somehow he's still champion going into WrestleMania. And yeah, 1 skill increase and a few negatives. So overall, still very, very happy with that. After the match though, John Cena comes down. He challenges Marcel Barthel to a match for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania. Barthel accepts. A-star 100. It makes perfect sense. John Cena has 1 title he's never won, and that is the Intercontinental Championship. He's going to end up putting his career on the line in this. So it's going to be career versus that final title. Marcel Barthel versus John Cena can Big Match John do it one last time? So he did make a good decision in keeping him on for a little bit longer. Main event time, Tommaso Ciampa hikes it up, just says he's not having Okada ruin his moment. He's going to walk in as champion. Hell, he might just take the night off and enjoy the hospitality because Mania will be full of, all the big wigs and whatnot. So it's a B plus 87. Match itself was spectacular. Great wrestling match with good heat. Ciampa defeats Okada in his rematch in 26-30 by pinfall with a Project Ciampa. First title defence, so he's defended that in an A-star 98 match. Incredible. Two good performances. Storyline gains a bit of heat. Ciampa Mania is actually going to happen. We've had John Cena appear, which was a bit of a surprise. Biggest surprise of the lot, though. Royal Rumble winner Sami Zayn has came to Raw pay-per-view. He's invoking his match clause not against the SmackDown champion, but against the Raw champion Tommaso Ciampa. So we have the sick bastard that is Tommaso Ciampa. We have the ultimate underdog from the underground, Sami Zayn. The ultimate good guy versus the ultimate villain, except for Marty Scurll. A-star 100. There is one of your WrestleMania main events. Sami Zayn, Tommaso Ciampa, WWE Championship. Boom. A-star 96. Popularity increased in 40 regions. Nailed it. Brilliant. Delighted with that. Puts us in a great position going into WrestleMania. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly get my notepad here because I do have a few confirmed matches that I'm quite happy to confirm on this particular episode. So I'll just quickly give good props to Okada, Ciampa and Barthel. And when we're back at the main screen, we'll confirm what I've got confirmed for Mania just now. Some are still subject to change because obviously there was a bit of trial and error. But we have at least 6 or 7 matches officially booked in, and all that will make sense as we get to Mania. And that's an interesting bit of news. You might be 41 in game, but you damn right I am going to throw the checkbook at Shinsuke Nakamura to bring him back. So 35k, New Japan have offered him a 2-year deal now. Don't get me wrong, he probably has declining physical ability. I'm just going to do 4 years straight off the bat. But, right. What I'll do is I'll have to get into the editor and take it loyal to New Japan and make it fair game. Because let's be honest, opposite ways about. The Miz left us to go to New Japan, Miz will be loyal to WWE. So I'll do that, as I say, off stream. That'll be fine, And we'll have a fair approach. I might still not get him, but I'd like to imagine, as I say, I'll throw the book to make sure, the checkbook to make sure we get him. So that could throw up some Mania plans. And let's have a look here. So that's just telling me about Nakamura, I'll keep that. Bo Dallas unhappy. 4.89 buy rate. That's fine, we'll keep that there. So, medical. Joe Coffey's out for a year. As I say, we've got a meniscus tear for Charlotte for nearly 11 months. Jeff Hardy's got patellar tendonitis, so that's over a year. Tyler Bate with knee tendonitis, 9 months, and a few people with rehab and MMA training and a suspension. We are due Dana Brooke back. She'll basically come into plans for something at WrestleMania. And Ali Flair came back on the last episode of the Women's Revolution show. She helped her cousin, in-game cousin, Charlotte. Joe, it's extreme risk. Possibly could retire you. But I think we'll try the surgery just to see. Phew. Surgery has been deemed a complete success. Joe Coffey should now be back in action much sooner than thought. And reduced traumatic. Perfect. So 7 months he's still out for, but that's good. I was worried there. But I do think that will be the end of Joe Coffey's career, if I'm honest, in this save. Other long-term injuries have just hampered people. So, what we are going to confirm for WrestleMania, as I say, next episode will be the go-home shows, of course, the week after WrestleMania. But booked in for sure, WWE Championship on the line. Tommaso Ciampa versus Sami Zayn. Rikishi will defend the World Heavyweight Championship as this moment in time. Don't have an opponent, so it could be anyone. We're going to see the Women's Championship on the line. It's going to be Paige defending it against Sasha Banks. Match that was so obviously going to happen. Ronda Rousey takes on Charlotte. We're going to have the Intercontinental Championship on the line as Marcel Barthel takes on John Cena. Tag titles for SmackDown on the line as Corbin and Strowman, the Monsters Among Men, take on the Usos. The Cruiserweight Championship in the line is the phenomenal AJ Styles takes on Neville. That may include Zack Sabre Jr. I'll see what I can get planned in the next 5 weeks of action. And Randy Orton will defend his United States Championship against a few people, and one of them is the Monster, the Wrecking Machine, Akam. So that is it for just now. If you want to leave predictions for WrestleMania as well, as I say, next week's show will hopefully be the week before WrestleMania. It will cover Raw, SmackDown, and pending if I can be bothered, because I'm quite lazy, NXT and the Women's Revolution shows. But as I say, most of Mania is there. Of course, you'll have the 2 Battle Royals for the men and the women, and of course, a lot of guys and girls that are not on the card as of yet. So cheers for watching, much appreciated, and I hopefully will see you at WrestleMania, of course, next week for that particular episode of Raw's, SmackDown's, and NXT. Take it easy, enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye.